got a really good mixture. Brilliant. I've got a really good mixture of new volunteers and a lot of you who volunteered last year. So I'm very happy to see you guys again. I'm Maria Brady. I am the person who emails you and calls you and reaches out to you all the time about Open Omaha. Very grateful to have all of you helping us launch this event for our second year. We already have over 40 more volunteers than last year. So really excited with the growth that we have experienced with this. I have Isabel Fleming here with me. She is my new coworker, about 8 days into her role at Omaha by Design. And she will be helping to field any questions that you guys may have. So feel free to shoot her a direct message or reach out to me after the meeting. But with this, let's dive into the orientation. So what today we'll cover is a little overview of what Open Omaha is, talk about some of the venues this year, volunteer supplies, what to expect the day of the event, talk a bit more about your role as a volunteer for Open Omaha, concerns, emergencies, and then a little bit about post-event. So what is Open Omaha? Open Omaha is a metro-wide civic celebration that we founded last year to showcase a lot of the unique spaces and places that we have here in the Omaha Metro. Really, we built this event with 3 core pillars in mind. We wanted to open doors to some of the amazing places we have, the organizations, nonprofits, businesses, and get people the opportunity to be a tourist in their own city. We also did it to open minds of all ages and backgrounds to show people the opportunities we have here in the Metro, whether they're career driven, whether they're creatively driven, and then also to open conversations about the future of our Metro and how we are growing and shaping our communities. So with this, we're in our second year and we've already experienced quite a bit of growth, but this idea was not ours alone. We kind of stole it from other cities. Cities across the nation and also globally host similar open doors events. Myself and my team member Scott have traveled to a few of these, taken some of their lessons, and then implemented them here in Omaha. And I have to say, a few people from these cities also have come and explored our event too. So it's a really great community and we're excited that we get to be part of it. As some of you know, because you were part of it, we launched this event last August 6th and 7th. We had 52 venues across the Metro for our first year, and we covered geographically all the way from Council Bluffs to Elkhorn, north to Florence, and south to Papillion. You can see some of our volunteers up here in the bright yellow shirts. I promise you the shirts are not yellow this year. But we had over 100 volunteers join us, which was incredible because prior to this event, Omaha by Design did not have an existing volunteer base. So we so appreciated people jumping on board and helping us launch this for the first year. We had over 6,000 venue visitations over the 2 days, which was monumental. We were really excited with that impact. And we also created an app for the event, which garnered over 1,000 downloads for people to use to navigate. Speaking of the app, I would encourage you guys to download it. Quick little note there, there's still some updates that I'm working through. So if you find a typo, don't judge me too harshly for it just yet. But we created this app. It is a way for people to be able to navigate the Metro, both electronically through mapping systems to learn more about the venues. And then we also have printed event guides available too. So to choose your own adventure in terms of how you want to navigate, but then we also wanted to increase accessibility to the information we had available. So again, this app is available in our app store and it will be fully polished by the end of this week. But currently the venues are up there with their information. Speaking of venues, this year we've grown. So we started with 52 venues last year. We have 63 this year. Almost a 20% increase, and we are thrilled with it. If you take a look at the list, I hope you see some familiar names, but also some new places that you may have never heard of. The names in bold are all new venues for this year's event. We have about 40% new, 60% returning. So we're really excited to have a mixture of places that have become staples, but then also some new places that helped us build some clusters and showcase some other really great spots that we have. Here is a map showing the geographical coverage of the event. Again, this year, we built out a bit more in our urban core and into Papillion and La Vista, also a bit into West Omaha. So we're really excited with the coverage, and we're also really excited with the clusters we developed. If you take a look at some of these groupings of numbers, there's a lot of really great walkable areas. So we're excited to have some curated tours to encourage people to jump around from multiple venues each day. And just as a little teaser before I get into some more information about volunteering, here are some of the images we have of our spaces. It's a great mixture of theaters, art hubs, business centers, historic jails in Council Bluffs. There's really a little bit of everything, and we're really thrilled to see what the impact is and also to hear how people get around these venues and what their thoughts are in terms of the different neighborhoods that they represent. So diving into the volunteer section then, which is why you guys are all here. For our event, we at Omaha by Design are a team of 3. We are very small, and so there is absolutely no way we could host these 63 venues without you and without the support of the venues themselves. So we are so grateful for you giving your time, not only for this orientation, but then also for the Open Omaha weekend. Try to make this as seamless as possible for you. In terms of supplies to bring the day of your shift, we have Open Omaha volunteer t-shirts available to you. They're at our office. So I encourage you to come and pick up one of these t-shirts beginning next week, so July 24th through August 2nd. Our regular office hours are 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then I'll also be in the office next 2 Saturdays from now, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Now, I will say too, if none of these times work well for you to pick up a t-shirt, just shoot me an email and we'll make sure that we find a way to get it to you or get it to the venue so that you'll be able to wear it for the event. We will also be emailing out a volunteer guide. This will just be some information about your shift, so where you're going to be scheduled at. That will come, I'm hoping, this Friday or Monday. I thank you for your patience in this. We still have a few volunteers signing up, so I'm still trying to figure out where everybody's going. And then I would encourage you guys to bring water or snacks. Each shift is 4 hours, but just want to make sure that you stay hydrated. Some of our venues will have water available, and we won't have anyone placed at an outdoor venue this year. Also, Hardy Coffee Company has sponsored our volunteers again this year. So you all will be receiving a virtual Hardy gift card to utilize at one of their stores, whether that's to caffeinate, whether it's to get a sweet treat, but just as a way for us and for Hardy to say thank you for giving your time for this event. What to expect the day of and how to plan it. Please wear your Open Omaha t-shirt. They're softer than last year. They're also not bright yellow. I heard some feedback about that, and I understand yellow was not my color either. Please do wear your t-shirt though. It's a great way for people to immediately identify who they can turn to in one of these venues and know that they're in the right place. Please also arrive to your venue on time. Connect with the venue staff upon your arrival. Ensure you understand your role at the venue. Most of you will serve as greeters or wayfinders. And then also be sure to familiarize yourself with the space, just in terms of knowing where the restrooms are, where the entry points and exit points are. And we also, in the volunteer sign up, I had a section where you could share with me any concerns or accommodations that you might need. I will communicate all of those with our venues too, and I'm making sure to place you at appropriate places based upon those accommodations. So wanted to let you know that we very much appreciate you sharing that with us, and we're doing all that we can to ensure that you're at the right spot then. Speaking of roles, again, most of you will serve as greeters. So you are really the face of this event. You welcome people in, provide them with, just some top level information about what Open Omaha is. And then on the number side of things, each of you will also have a clicker counter handheld to help us count the number of attendees that come in. This is a huge, huge task because this helps us understand really what the impact of this event is for the weekend itself. Some venues may request that you support them with an activity or be stationed as a wayfinder. This isn't as common, and actually I've seen more so that what venues prefer to do then is to lead the activities themselves. So I would anticipate just serving as that greeter during that 4-hour period. Check in with your venue when you arrive, and they will have all of this information, everything prepared for you. The only thing that you need to bring is that t-shirt. They'll have the clicker, the tracker, everything of that nature. For emergencies and other issues, thankfully year 1 went really smoothly. We anticipate the same for year 2, but a good reminder for those of you who are new is that venue staff is responsible for the safety of their staff, as you as volunteers and attendees. So they are your primary contact if there is a concern. You will never be left alone in the space. Venues will always have their own employees or own staff there, because they, again, are the ones responsible for the space. For any non-emergency questions or concerns, call Omaha by Design. We'll be sending out all of our contacts the week of. Some of you already have mine. My phone is open 24/7. Give me a call anytime, but especially during the weekend event itself. Speaking of tracking attendees, tried to make this as simple as I could for you guys. And for those from last year, it's the same exact process. So when you arrive to your shift, we'll have you fill out what that starting count number is. If you start the day on Saturday, it'll be 0. Otherwise, we'll be utilizing it and counting up throughout the whole weekend. If you have a later shift, so the 1:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. shift, we ask that you take a photo of this sheet of paper and email it to me, so that Saturday and Sunday, our team is able to get an estimation about how many people go out and explore a given venue, but then also the event overall. Now, again, this attendee tracker sheet will be at your venue. This isn't something that you'll need to take with you. But if you can just take a photo, text it to me, or email it to me at the end of that 5 p.m. shift each day, that would be really wonderful. Lastly, those are all kind of the logistics and things there, but really I hope that this is an opportunity to help you feel more connected and engaged with the Omaha Metro and some of the amazing places we have here. Enjoy it. I heard last year about some wonderful friendships that were made from people who volunteered randomly together, or people who volunteered at the Union for Contemporary Arts and then came back and took a screen printing class later. So that's really what we're hoping for, is not only an opportunity for us to help other attendees explore these spaces, but for you guys as well to meet new people, get connected to new spaces, and maybe find a new favorite spot in Omaha. So please also feel free to encourage others. And if you have time yourself to go explore other venues, we hope that you're able to participate in this event as well. And also, please document the day and take pictures. Take photos of what it's like to be a volunteer. Take photos if you go out and explore some of the venues. It's really wonderful, especially as an event organizer, to see it live and in action, to see what people love, what they interact with, what the feeling is of the day. And so anything that you choose to share with us, we would just love it within that. So post volunteer shift, again, share any event photos. If you want to do it publicly, please feel free to tag us, #OpenOmaha 2023. If you just want to email us an image or a thank you, whatever that looks like, we're also happy just to see that as a team and to share it with our venues too. That's one thing last year, is our venues very much enjoyed getting to know our volunteers and also wanted to send their own thank yous too. So we love to facilitate those connectivity points. On the Monday after Open Omaha, when we're all very tired and very hopefully had a very good weekend, I will be sending out a volunteer survey. We did this last year and garnered a lot of great insight. Again, this is a new event. We're still learning, we're still evolving. And so this survey is a great opportunity for you guys to share what went well, what you might want to change, and any highlights or memories that you would like us to know about. So with this, one last overview before I open the floor to questions is what is coming up before Open Omaha is the t-shirt pickup window. Again, if you have any issues getting to our office, which is located in the Old Market, so 618 South 11th Street, Omaha, Nebraska, any issues coming between those delivery windows, just let me know. I'm very happy to find a way to get those t-shirts to you. During Open Omaha, I will be sending out your shift, so your placement or shifts for those that are volunteering both days, either this Friday or this coming Monday. Thank you guys so much for your patience in this, but I'm very excited to also share with you where we'll have everyone. And then after Open Omaha, we will have that volunteer survey to you. Happy to continue the conversation, and would love to just see what the event is like for you guys as well. So with that, I want to open the floor to questions. Ooh. Just go back to the big screen here. Do I have any questions by chance? You can also send me a direct message also if necessary.
Where we're placed, is it randomized?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you. Yes, so we randomize where our volunteers are placed. Part of that is sort of in the spirit of exploring and getting connected with different parts of the metro. The other part of that is based on need too. So we have 63 venues, but only about 28 of them requested additional volunteers. So the other majority of venues are utilizing their own staff or their own volunteer base. So it is randomized within that. But again, if you have any accommodation concerns or anything of that nature, just shoot me an email and I can take that into consideration too. One last note on that as well, which I forgot to mention, I will email out your shift placement directly to you. If you volunteered alongside someone else, so if you have a buddy for your shift, I'll email you both together. If you could please reply back to me confirming your shift, that would be huge. That helps me know who I've got lined up, and for sure going to be there for their given shift, or if there is an issue that arises, just so that I can move some people around and make sure that we're covered. Okay. Any other questions? There's the Dobbies. Thank you so much for your note. It's good to see you both. All right. Any other questions? If not, I want to give you back your evening, so you guys are welcome to hop off. I'll stay on for a few minutes though, if you guys would like to connect further. And again, I'm just an email or a phone call away. So thank you all so much for this.
I've got one question, Maria.
Of course.
What's your volunteer count right now, roughly?
Roughly. Oh, that's a great question. I think right now I'm sitting at 132 volunteers.
Okay, so if we can get other volunteers, this has been recorded. So,
this is, yes.
So we'll be able to, because we're still searching for other volunteers, and if we can get them, we'll get those names to you. Is there kind of a deadline, like you need to have volunteers by X date?
You know, that is sort of the golden question, isn't it? So I'll be sending out our initial schedule this Friday or Monday, but there will be some gaps where I'll only be able to have either one volunteer as opposed to two. And then some people may drop off. So our drop-in date for not recruiting new volunteers is truthfully probably the Wednesday or Thursday before the event. We can be very flexible. And we'll definitely take all the hands that we can, because there's some venues that are very, very big, and there's some venues that are very, very small. And so we can always use extra hands to serve as greeters, and just to help maybe fill in the gap if someone's unable to volunteer.
Okay, super. So where would it help to have access to the video, the recording here?
Yes.
And that, I mean, if you put it out on your site or something, we can just direct people there?
Yes, no, that's a very good question. I don't think we'll be publishing it to our site, but what I will be doing is I will send this recording out and the PowerPoint presentation to all of our volunteers. One, to serve as a resource for them, but then also if you guys wanted to share it along to other people as well. That's a really great question.
That's what we'll do. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Oh, and Janae, I think you may be muted. I can't hear you if you're trying to.
She put her question in the
Hear me
chat.
now?
Oh,
Can you hear me now?
yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I had some earphones in. So I'm one of the people, I'm doing the Mormon Trail Center, and I'm one of them.
Okay.
I'm a volunteer from the, but I'm just wondering, I'll probably be the only one that's gone to training, so I'll be the only one wearing a shirt. Are there extra shirts that I could grab a few so people could like put them over their own clothes? Like,
Yeah, that's a great question. And we're really excited to have you too. Rachel volunteered last year and was just wonderful. I will have just a few extra shirts, not many. But I should have enough definitely to give you a few extra to share with your team. So if you wouldn't mind shooting me an
Okay.
email about maybe how many you think that you might need, I can have those prepared for you and just make sure that I have enough too.
okay, all right, that sounds good. I'll come on Monday, and so,
Great. Okay.
because I'm kind of excited to see everything. Okay, all right.
Yes.
Thank you.
No, I love that. I'm excited to get to meet a lot of you in person as well. That's one of the most fun part about the venue pickup and the volunteer t-shirt pickup. And my cat's trying to say hello, so I'm sorry if you start hearing meowing in the background. All right. Any other questions?
I just wanted to chime in. I'm a first timer this year, but I just want to say thanks and I'm looking forward to it. So.
Yeah. Thank you so much, William. We're very happy to have you. You were from the Omaha Camera Club, is that correct?
Yep, that was me.
I love it. We're very grateful to have you guys. Thank you, Tom. All right. Well, I'll stay on for a few minutes, but feel free to jump off or stay on and say hello. But